Hi, everybody. So I just wanted to say how grateful I am for all of you today because I have received so much, outreach of beauty and, love and kindness from you guys. And it came on the back of all the, not nice stuff that's been happening. And I know that all of us have been going through this stuff in one way or another. I've been watching the comments and seeing that a lot of people have also been experiencing this like shock wave in their life. And it's just been really hard. But we're in that stage, I feel like now, where we're starting to absorb it, see what the lessons were from it, and also realize that maybe we need to operate differently. Maybe we were over giving. Maybe we were not paying attention to everything that was going on in the background. We weren't zooming out and looking at our own life. For me, the biggest thing that I got from, my experience was there wasn't an equal exchange of energy, and my energy was going out, but there wasn't as much coming back in a lot of ways. And we see this in families, friendships, work situations. All of that has been going on. And I mean, I knew that was very important, but I wasn't living it. And I think that's what's really important from now on, is that we really are grateful for the lessons that we're learning as we go through this huge purge that's happening. Because without this purge, ascension wouldn't happen. So, and also there's a big split that's going on. People are ending up in different parallel timelines, different parallel universes, you could call it. It's just been, a big topsy-turvy time. And I honestly have been restocking, taking like stock of my life, like looking at things, saying, what's working, what's not working, what do I want to create in my life, what do I want to give to the world for free, what kind of input do I need to come back to me to make, my world work as well, all those kind of things. Really don't be afraid to do that for yourself, because as we move through this big collective shadow, it's time to really take care of yourself, because we are the most important person in our world. And I think we've gotten really used to not honoring that, but now's the time to start. And another thing too that I wanted to talk about is that there's two parts of us, and I don't think that's been talked about enough. We have a human part of us that's full of cellular memory, and the cellular memory goes back through all the generations, because we're all born of the mother, from our mother. All that cellular memory that she's carrying, we then carry, and she's carrying it for generations, and so we're carrying it for generations. So that has to be purged. So the human part of us, this human experience, and then also the soul is purging too. So we're going through this collective purge. We've become, married to a human being, and our human side of us has all these wishes, desires, and needs, just like the soul side of us does. And the soul side of us is our higher being and how we communicate with God source. That's how we get to God source, is we're usually communicating through our higher self. And that's where that big divine spark within us lives. But we also have, our own sparky energy in this body. And I think the body's been neglected. I know I've been neglecting mine. So I'm really excited to kind of get back into self-care. And I found that I have more time for me now, which has been really good for me because I didn't have that before. So think about, like, as you've gone through like this big change, if you have, and maybe you haven't, but maybe you will have some kind of a change that happens as we go through ascension. Think about, what am I going to see on the other side of this? Be grateful for it as you purge it out, you know, grieving, go through the grieving process, cry it out, scream, do whatever you have to do to release it back to the oneness and let it just melt away from you. Don't hang on. That's probably the biggest message that I have, is don't hang on to it, because we're moving through it for a reason. We're making room for abundance. We're making room for wonder. We're making room for ascension. So we cannot fathom how beautiful this universe will become, but we can contribute to it. And the best way to do that right now is to look at your own stuff and be willing to release it. We have to let go of beating up on ourselves, guilt, massive obligations that don't help us, they just hurt us. So all of those things are things to be looked at, and, you know, to continue to do self-care as you emit beauty into the world, right? Do your self-care too. And that was probably something that I needed to learn. So I'm not doing as many hours a week, you know, for YouTube and, you know, all the stuff that I was doing probably went between 60 and 80 hours a week. And I am paring that down so that I don't totally burn out, and so that I honor this body that I'm in and love it, take care of it, help it get healthier, help it balance itself, because it hasn't been balanced and it's been kind of protective. So take a look at your own body, love it up, hug yourself, you know, those kind of things. Just take care of you. That's what's going on right now, is learning how to take care of you. And some of us are cocooning. I did that for a little while. Some of us are protecting. Some of us are taking stock of how we operate on a daily basis again. And we're reorganizing ourselves for the future. So that's what this purge is creating, this big reorganizing for our own future. And there's a lot of great things coming, you know, and I see it. I see it in the movies. I see it from my higher being. I see some of the creation going on in the universe itself. That's just absolutely beautiful for humanity. And the whole purpose of ascension is to take the human consciousness and ascend it up. So taking it from that lowest chakra, which is what we've been dealing with over the past, I don't know, probably at the very beginning of June, all this started. So taking that purge of icky, sticky energy that has been, you know, some of it's been hateful, fearful, jealous, negative in so many ways, purging that out so that we can come out of survival mode. That's what I see it as. So survival mode is probably, you know, that's fight or flight. You're living in fight or flight if you're in survival mode all the time. And that's not where we're going. We're going to be able to see from outside of the situation from now on, just like our soul does. So we're going to get better and better at that. So whatever stage you're in right now, whatever's going on with you, I hope you just kind of look at it and then look at it from a distance and see, what stage am I in? What do I want to do for myself? And realize that you are the most important person. You're the most important person in your life. And you're the most important person to pay attention to for ascension. As you grow the light within you, it's going to emit out. And it already is. So don't be afraid to deal with those shadows. The shadows are basically a gift that we are working through to bring in ascension. We're working through those energies. We're transmuting them so that we can move into a different kind of universe. So that's, what I have to say about that. And I hope that helps you guys. Don't be afraid to reorganize a ton of stuff for yourself. Like, I'm reorganizing my house this weekend. I'm reorganizing the way I work. I'm reorganizing the way I deal with my own body. Don't be afraid to do those things for yourself, because you deserve it and you matter. So I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.